is the #1 station that rules the nation. Hello reggae fans, this is Roy Ellis, Mr. Simmerip, and you're listening to Chris Watts Reggae Hour on your radio 107 Meridian FM. Lick it back, Jack to the top, conqueror. Lick it back, Chris Watts. This is Chris Watts Reggae Hour with a lot of reggae power. Lick it back, Chris Watts. This is Chris Watts Reggae Hour with a lot of reggae power. 107 Meridian FM.
It was a great performance tonight,
Thank
Maxi.
you so much.
How much did you enjoy it?
I had a fabulous time. I really did, honestly. You know, it's when it's nice playing in places like this because it's very close, intimate, you know, and you get to kind of see a lot of the folks that actually really support what you do. You know what I'm saying? So it gives you a great opportunity to meet people that really and truly support what you do. So I like performing in places like this.
So your last album, Easy to Love, was a tremendous success.
I'm over the moon with it.
Were you surprised?
Kind of. I mean, you have to remember that it's been what, like 7 years since I last did an album, and you know, there was a lot of apprehension, you know, at the time, thinking, well, you know, is everybody gonna like it? You know, what they're gonna think about it and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, you just kind of like thinking, kind of a little scared sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But once you kind of put this first track out there and kind of feel a response from everybody, it just gives you a whole energy to think, well, you know, you can move on to the next track.
So with that album, what were your two favourite songs off the album, would you say?
I don't really necessarily have a particular favourite. I think it's more the whole package of the album, you know. We did this as an album. It wasn't really done as a, you know, just single tracks. It was done as a whole project. We kind of thought, well, you know, we were going to kind of go back to groundation and kind of, you know, hit the hardcore lovers rock kind of vibe.
Yeah.
And I think we've done a great job with this. And I guess the truth is in the pudding because we've had so much support over it.
That's great that you went back to the roots.
Yeah, you know.
I think so.
Yeah, well, you know, I've always been the type of person. I don't want to be in a pigeonhole. I just don't want to be in a box and categorized in one particular genre of music. My thing is, you know, you start from somewhere, but you gotta allow yourself to elevate. You know what I'm saying, and grow, and also with the appreciation of other genres of music, you have to kind of bring it back to the root and say, well then, okay then, I have a talent, I have an ability to sing. I don't think that I should just hold myself in one kind of genre of music. So, and then, you know, the way I kind of grew up was, I grew up with gospel music, for one. I grew up with country western music. I grew up listening to the Jackson 5s and all the Beatles and all that kind of stuff. And then obviously I grew up with reggae music and all that kind of stuff. So, and in my household there's like 9 of us as brothers and sisters. So my sisters would want me to sing this way, my mom would want to sing me that way, my dad would want to sing this way, and when I go to church, school and all that, everybody pulling me all left, right and center. And I've got kind of a lot of friends.
Did you absorb it like a sponge?
Yeah, it's kind of, yeah. And also, as I said before, it's the appreciation of the art first and foremost, and then applying that art to whatever avenue there is that we can venture into.
You also mentioned on stage about how when you first made it with the singers you mentioned, like Pato Banton,
sound system,
people like that. Are you surprised that you've managed to continue where some of them have sort of fallen by the wayside?
I'd be a fool to say that I'm not surprised, but at the same time, it's more of an appreciation to any of the success that I've managed to achieve and that has come my way. Not so much on the surprise tip, but it's more of an appreciation. And you know, our folks will always teach us, you know, when opportunity comes, you should try and grab it with 2 hands, right?
Yeah.
And coming from where we come from, when opportunities come, we open our eyes really bright and kind of try to hold on to them and show an appreciation for them. You know, and then I guess, or I think, I hope that has helped to allow me to kind of sustain, and by showing my appreciation to the folks, they show their appreciation back.
Yeah, well, I know lots of people on my show love your album. We've
Thank you
played
so
a
much.
lot of it. Are you planning to make a new album soon?
Not necessarily, not right now, because I'm not really that type of person who wants to do an album like every
Don't wanna
year
rush it.
or every 6 months. I don't think that creativity should be kind of
Planned?
I don't think it should be abused like that.
Ah.
Do you know what I'm saying? I think it's you spend the time, whatever the amount of time that you put into something is what you will get out. I think if you put 100% into it, then you can somewhat look forward to somewhere around about 70% or whatever back.
And is it also a case of you need to like recharge your batteries and then?
Yeah, also, and then get back, think about some things, look around you, take some time to smell the roses, as they say.
Yeah.
And then kind of reflect on some of the
Things that
journeys
happen
that
in the
you've been
world,
through
or,
and all that, and then traveling around the world and all that.
Does touring help you a lot then when you're thinking of making an album?
Touring inspires me. Touring inspires me. Meeting people from all different class, race, color, that inspires me to do what I do and continue to do what I do, because then it gives me fuel. It adds fuel to my fire to want to keep burning.
What can you tell us about your last song? I think it was one of the last songs you sung tonight. It was a great performance.
Prayer for the World.
Prayer for the World.
Yeah,
Lovely song.
I don't know. It wasn't planned. I just kind of just felt that way, I was on the stage there, and then, we're there, we're banging away, and everything's going exciting and all that kind of stuff. And I just thought, well, damn, it just take 5 minutes and just kind of look in front of me and see the people that are actually there. And then also show them my appreciation for what they've done for me to be where I am. And then also, reflect on a lot of the stuff that you're seeing on the news. Those 3 ladies that are missing, that, and then with all the terrorism that's happening around the world, all the different kind of mess that's happening around us. And I just kind of think that sometimes we just have to stop and think and just pay attention to what's going on, because it's really up to us. It's in our hands. That may sound like crazy, but it is up to us, because we are the existence that are here today. Do you know what I'm saying? We are the Moses and the King Davids and all of those people that were there before us. We are them now. We may not realize that, but we are. This is for real, you know what I'm saying? And I think that it's in our hands to somewhat make change.
Back to reggae, who are some of your favourite reggae singers from the past?
I think there would be too many to mention.
Who's your favourite then?
My favourite is definitely Dennis Brown. Dennis Brown is my, if you want to say, hero or inspiration. Obviously, Bob Marley and Burning Spear, and so many to mention. We've lost some greats, some Gregory Isaac, some John Holt the other day. Yeah. There's so many to mention. It'd be, I sit here and I'm mentioning all these guys, but it's kind of wrong, because there's so many other people that set the foundation for me to be able to do what I do.
Do you know when you might be back in the UK, for anybody who's missed you this time? Because I know a lot of people wanted to see you and they couldn't because it got sold out quickly. Do you know yet? Or?
Too much of anything ain't no good.
Next year.
but no, in saying that, I don't know. I mean, I'm not one for knowing my schedule anyway. Half the time I got somebody telling me where the hell I'm going to be tomorrow anyway. But England is home. It's a home for me. As well as this beautiful world is.
Great. Well, thanks a lot for joining us on the show.
Hey, man, it's an honor and a pleasure. And I want to say thank you to everybody for their support over the years, because as I said before, without them, there is no me, there is no music. So I want to say thank you, and God bless them all, no matter whatever it is that they're doing.
Brilliant. Great show tonight.
God bless. Peace.
This is the #1 station that rules the nation. Hello, reggae fans. This is Roy Ellis, Mr. Simmerip, and you're listening to Chris Watts Reggae Hour on your radio 107 Meridian FM. Lick it back, Jack to the top, conqueror. Lick it back, Chris Watts. This is Chris by Reggae Hour with a lot of reggae power. Lick it back, Chris Watts. This is Chris by Reggae Hour with a lot of reggae power. 107 Meridian FM.